Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. Well, first, we had expected yesterday on the Trump docket for Judge Merchan to either dismiss or affirm and move towards sentencing. But instead, based on emails from the prosecutors, from Alvin Bragg's office, he's given them another week until the 19th. Will, in fact, the sentencing go forward on November 26th? We don't know. Either way, we're covering it all the way. Eric Adams on another political front. There are more stories out. The corruption continues to grow. There's the story of a fundraiser in Long Island with straw donors, to say the least, lobster donors. And there's also a story of Businessman 3, a Turkish businessman, Mr. Korkmaz, last seen doling out food by Alibaba by the United Nations, to which we'll return in a moment. So these, we'll have to see how the election impacts that prosecution. On the Diddy front, on substantively, one of the many judges to whom a civil case was assigned, Judge Viscosal, demanded that Jane Doe, it couldn't work that way, had to disclose the name, set a deadline of today, and yesterday after 5 o'clock, the name was disclosed. Candace McCrary. Turns out that the Brooklyn college campus in the complaint of Jane Doe is probably Long Island University. Anyway, it's interesting. And now, in the other cases, it remains synonymous. And meanwhile, Inner City Press's book, Did He Do It, remains blocked in paperback on Amazon without any response yet as to who the complainant may be. We don't like book banning, so we're going to stay on it, but not exclusively. We also covered the Sarah Palin versus New York Times. Judge Rakoff, in fine form, first said it would be February, moved it around, boxed around with the judges, and then set it for April 14th. There may be a settlement, believe it or not, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see on that. We're also the sort of big antitrust case of DOJ versus Visa. We covered a pretrial hearing. Visa wants to make a motion to dismiss on market definition. The judge said we don't really need a letter. Let's get it on, and so they will get it on, and so will we. Now, the United Nations, we're covering it closely. We wrote about it yesterday. They remain sort of blissfully unaware. They were asked, have they reached out to the incoming U.S. administration? No, they're hoping. They don't know. We'll see. The litmus test will censorship end at the UN? Yesterday we received from one of the many missions we're writing about a kind of heartfelt response saying that reporting on this type of corruption is useful, but they wish, well, it is wished that the spokesperson of the UN would do their job for money and respond to whistleblowing staff's complaints to the press about corruption worse than Eric Adams shot through the UN. We won't rest, though. We'll report on Eric Adams, and we'll continue to push to be able to ask similar questions at the United Nations. For now, we're going into the SDNY. To be continued. Inner City Press.